Hi everyone, welcome along to Time to React. I hope you're all doing well. Do you like my Christmas hoodie? I've got a few sort of very bad ones, and I thought this one was one of the worst, so I thought I'd grace you with its presence. I think I actually wore something very similar to this last year when we were in the Pusher office for our Christmas special, but yeah, I mean it's lasted a long time. This one, it's pretty gross. So hopefully there's a few of you out there that are wearing the Christmas jumpers as well to get in the spirit. So it's good. Obviously, it's nearly the end of 2020, so everyone can be very, very happy about that. But yeah, it is also a nice special way for us to finish off the year doing what we like to do and sort of bringing the React community together, and yeah, hoping that we can have a little bit of fun. Engage in some kind of coding as well. So we've engaged the help of Ricardo as well. So Ricardo and Praveen are going to be joining me in a second, and we'll be talking about the Kodiri platform. So it's a different format for the events night, as you guys have probably seen on the meetup page and Facebook and I think LinkedIn and all the different methods that I've probably been bombarding you with over the past few weeks, telling you all about the event. So one thing you can probably see, or you might not be able to see because it's a very embarrassing attempt, but I have got a moustache, which I did Movember, to raise money for the Movember charity, so mental health awareness, suicide prevention, cancer treatments and all that kind of stuff. So it's a really good charity, and I've done quite well so far. I've raised about £800. My target is 1,000, so I've decided to keep it going beyond November and engage as many different sort of parties as I can to get involved and try and give it the last little push and hit the target by the end of the year. So because of that, we're doing a raffle for these events. So in the events, basically what we're going to be doing is we've spoken with quite a lot of our clients, so companies like Compare the Market, Metadata, Simply Business, lots and lots of other really cool businesses that have given up a lot of their like merchandise, or I know there's senior and lead React engineers that are wanting to essentially give us a bit of a like they're giving up their time to be able to give some like sort of tuition or something like that to some of you guys as well if you want. So there's lots of really good prizes to win. To be in it, to win it, you have to give a small donation. There's no minimum limit, but small donation on the Eventbrite page. So sort of buy a ticket into the raffle, as it were. So in a second, I will share the Eventbrite link with you guys on the comments section on YouTube. And then if you can just jump on there and donate a little bit, then you get entry into the raffle, and you might win some pretty cool prizes. So with that being said, so in a second, I think I'll be joined by Ricardo and Praveen. And essentially we'll be able to talk you through the Kodiri challenge. So you have about sort of 45 minutes to an hour to do either the challenge at home and get involved and have a chance of winning a prize, or you can enter into the raffle, and that's another way you can win a prize. And then we're going to finish off the event tonight with the third component of the evening, which is a Christmas movie. So Alex, our wizard behind the scenes, has made us aware of this thing called a Netflix party. Not entirely sure if any of you guys have done this before. I certainly haven't, but it's a pretty cool way that everyone can kind of watch a movie together, and then you can comment and you can kind of engage with each other during the movie. So there's always those people that like to talk through movies, so it's a very good thing for you guys. So I think we're watching the Christmas Chronicles 2. It's not something that I've seen before, but it'll be a good way to sort of kickstart the Christmas spirit if you're not in it already. So we're going to be doing that at the end. So I think without much further ado, obviously if there's any questions, I'll be in the scenes behind the call and on the YouTube screen. So just let me know, and we can definitely I'll definitely get involved with you, and hopefully we can raise some money, have some fun, and have some Christmas cheer as well. So I'll just wait for Ricardo and Praveen to come on, and we can talk about the Kodiri challenge. Cool. Hi guys, how are you?
Hey, good evening. How are you?
Yeah, really
I'm
good.
good. It's
Really good.
awesome to meet you all again for this year.
Yeah, exactly. So you guys were
Yes.
on stage last year together. I know that there was a bit of fun going on there in Chris's office.
Yes.
So it's nice to see you
Yes.
again. There's the I think we can see the picture. I think you've got it on your slides soon, right? So we'll
Yeah.
see the picture of you guys last year. So
We
that's
we were very very happy last year, pre-COVID. Yeah, look at our faces.
Pre-COVID. Who would have thought that we're in this situation now? But we're making
Exactly.
the best out of it that we can. But that's awesome. So I know that there's going to be a couple of things, a couple of ways that people can get involved tonight. Is that right? Like, can you talk us
Yeah.
through, if they haven't had a play around on the Kodiri platform before, what's the best way for them to be able to sort of get on there and practice their coding skills?
Yeah. So yeah, today, I think, of course, thank you very much, Duncan. So today we're going to play some games with React. Probably many of you are already familiar with the platform, but if not, let me do just a quick walkthrough. So if you if you visit Kodiri.com, well, this is a coding platform. It's non-profit. It's completely free. You don't even need to sign up if you don't want. It's supported on desktop and mobile. So we're just trying to help people with their coding skills, with a special focus on supporting underprivileged and underrepresented communities. The idea behind it is that you select your favorite programming language or framework or library, whatever. You can see on the left hand side of the screen, I got a bunch of alternatives here. And then you also select the difficulty level. So even if it's your very first experience dealing with coding, that's fine. We really start from the basics. So don't be afraid of doing a bit of coding because this is going to be fun. So the idea is, well, based on that selection of language and difficulty level, you can play some games. Yeah. So I'm gonna do just a quick demo, very quick demo, just for testing purposes, also to warm up a bit, and then we will start with the action. So just to show you how the Kodiri platform works. So once you, let me select React, because today we're gonna do React, of course. So once you select your topic, then you are gonna face 5 questions to prove your performance or your ability to deal with React. So for instance, in this particular case, and also I would like to introduce Praveen. So Praveen, it's great to see you again since last year. So yeah, Praveen, so imagine that you came across this particular exercise, get a welcome message. You see on the left-hand side, we present you the problem, the technical description of the problem. And then on the right-hand side, because this is quite basic, the algorithm, the function, the solution, let's say, is partially written for you, but there are some placeholders, some gaps that we obviously need to fill.
Definitely.
All right, so we got A or B quiz game. So where is your money, Praveen, here?
So it's going to be A.
It's going to be A. All right. Yeah. So of course, if we pay attention to detail, yeah, coding is about detail. Yeah. You can see that even though both options are very similar, in reality, the right one is A because of the exclamation mark. But let's assume that I don't trust you because of whatever reason, I ignore you completely, which is obviously not a good idea. But just for testing purposes, if I pick option B, let's see what happens. So what will happen is that, you see, the code becomes red, meaning something is not right.
So you have to trust me.
Exactly. It's like you should trust Praveen. So once we follow your guidelines, you see we get confetti, right? Everything becomes green. So this is a friendly way to tell you, yes, you are right. That means that we can submit this exercise and test and prove the next one. I'm not gonna play with it. I'm gonna skip it. But how would you get the point, right? You get 5 questions. And then what we'll do is we will compare your performance. So this is the way the platform works. Today, over the next 40 minutes, I would like to give you the chance to do 2 things. Option A is go to kodiri.com, then select challenges on the left-hand side of the menu, and then you'll find a series of challenges distributed by language. So first of all, you got JavaScript, and then you got React, and difficulty level. You see, 1 star, lower beginner, 3 stars, upper beginner, 6 stars, upper intermediate. Obviously, if it's your very first time dealing with coding, I would like to invite you to pick the lower beginner level. If you've done a bit of coding, either JavaScript or React, then pick the upper beginner. And then if you are perhaps a professional developer, definitely upper intermediate is for you. Don't worry, you can join a level, then you can jump to another one. So, let's just do some coding together and let's have some fun, right? If, however, you, rather than playing the game, you want to listen, so Praveen and myself, we're going to deal with some of these questions, yeah? So we'll spend the next 40 minutes just thinking about how to solve problems, hanging, fighting, arguing.
Untrusting.
Untrusting, exactly. So what we'll do, we won't just try to solve a problem, but we'll try to find the best approach possible, pros and cons, patterns, anti-patterns, all these sort of things, yeah?
100%.
And of course, if you got any questions or if you got any proposal, please drop us a message on YouTube, on the live chat, and we'll be more than happy to discuss and obviously to go through these things. So yeah, we are going to start the challenge right now. So we'll focus on React because this is the main library for this session. So what I'll do is I'm going to pick maybe one or two questions on the lower beginner level, if you agree on that, Praveen, just to warm up, to get used to the interface and everything. Definitely. And then we'll add some chili, some spices. Okay, cool. So let's go. Let's select lower beginner. By the way, I didn't mention that, but you need to select a team. That's not really important, to be honest. But the thing is, at the end of the game, we're going to present the results distributed by teams. So don't worry if it's your very first time dealing with coding. Don't be afraid of playing, because we are not going to compare your individual performance. Yeah, this is a team effort. So just select a random team.
And moreover, this is going to be a game. Games are meant to be enjoyed.
Yeah,
so don't worry.
Exactly. Cool. Praveen, what do you prefer? Do you prefer Christmas jumpers or headbands?
Headbands. Let's go for it.
Okay, let's go for it. Fantastic. All right. So what we got, question number 1. So in this occasion, what we need to do is we need to build an input text with React.
Okay.
And then the component will receive some parameters or some properties to display the value, which is the text that will be as part of the input text, and also the placeholder. I'm sure you're familiar with what a placeholder is, right?
Perfect.
Okay, cool. So the placeholder
is something that actually shows a small text when the text box is empty. For those who don't understand.
Exactly. Brilliant. Thank you very much. All right. So yeah, I mean, on the right-hand side, you can see that 80% of the code has been written for us, which is convenient. So we just need to pick any of the options. So, Praveen, any thoughts?
Actually, I don't have the complete. Yeah, we do have it. So it should be props.value.
Value. Okay.
So it should be technically value equal to props.value. So that's the B.
That's B. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
You won't trust me anyway. Go on.
Okay. Let's select option B, and then if it's right, let's try to explain to the audience why. Right?
Definitely.
So yeah, of course. Right. That works fine.
Candy Crush. No.
Nice.
Chocolate cherry.
Exactly. Well, why can you tell the audience why would you decided to go for value equals proper value instead of value equals value, for instance, or any others?
For example, for the first one, we don't have a value variable inside our functions. What do you call this? Not context, in the scope. So the only thing that we have in the scope is the props. So with the props, you have on the left side, we expect that the props.value to be equal to whatever it is being given.
Yeah.
So the props is going to be an object with all these value, placeholder, etc. And since we are sending it there, we will be accessing the value from the props object using props.value. And what we need to do it, we are actually checking the inputs value to be the same as the value. So input has another prop, the HTML prop, which is called value, which can be equated to a JavaScript props.value. So we are not using the double quotes, but we are using the curly braces. There you go. That's my explanation.
Nice. That was very academical. So nothing to add on that. Brilliant. Thank you very much, Praveen. Let's do one more questions on the lower beginner level, and then let's do something a bit more complicated.
Yes.
So question number 2 is kind of related. It's again talking about creating reusable components, reusable input components for React. In this occasion, the main difference is that the component is not expecting any dynamic data. Yeah, the component doesn't receive any props. Because of whatever reason, we should ask our business analyst, the component hard codes both the value and the placeholder. The first thing, or I would say the main challenge we can face here is the first placeholder, because in here we need to do something and we don't know what. So Praveen, what is your money here? What would you select and why?
I would go with the D option. There are 3 reasons for me.
Okay.
Number 1, it needs to be a capital letter thing because of it is going to be a component. Second reason, it needs to be without a string value. It's a variable name. So according to the naming convention, we are giving the name directory right now. So we are not giving it. And finally, I forgot the reason.
Nice. All right. So once you remember the third reason,
I'll definitely tell.
Sure. I mean, regarding the naming convention. So as you said, React recommends or strongly suggests to use what we call Pascal case. Yeah. So Pascal case means
Pascal case.
We join multiple words like hello world, but every word, including the first one, is written with a capital, with a big character. Yeah. All right. So let's mark option D for Denmark, and then value. That's interesting. Look.
So this is going to be a hard-coded value, and the value needs to be a string value with an exclamation. So A.
Option A. All right. Yeah, because that needs to be a string value, as you said. So we need some kind of quotes, so we can ignore B and D. And then, as you said, there is a tiny exclamation mark at the end. So obviously that matters. So we test it, Praveen.
Go on. Boom.
Go on. That's brilliant. Fantastic.
Chocolate shower.
Right? So exactly. I got a question for you, Praveen.
Yeah.
When you work with React and you're creating this kind of components, do you use single quotes to declare the attributes of your markup? Double quotes.
I'm a double quotes man.
Why?
Maybe it's opinion based. I just like double quotes rather than single quotes. It's been like, I don't know. So whenever we have, like when you say it is a string, it is quoted. Quoted means double quotes, maybe like that. From the back in early days when I was learning my English grammar and the other things. So it's double quotes everywhere.
Nice. No, that's a good point. Also, we shouldn't underestimate that some of the main styling guidelines for React, and I'm specifically thinking about Airbnb, for instance. So they recommend to use double quotes. And the reason, there is always a reason, right? The reason they offer to defend that idea is because of HTML. So historically speaking, when we write vanilla HTML code or markup, we use double quotes. So what's the point of reinventing the wheel, right? Let's just try to reuse that. So cool.
Ricardo, I just wanted to ask. So whoever is watching this one, they should be doing the challenges in the platform, right? So we have some special stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what to say to that question.
We bring in Duncan.
Yeah. I mean, I got an idea, Praveen. I got an idea. So why don't we? Yeah, because I don't want to spoil too much this challenge. So we've covered a couple of questions out of 5. So we got 29 minutes left. Let's jump to a slightly more difficulty level, if you agree.
Let's go.
All right, fantastic. So
Third
now,
level?
Yes.
And I want a hoodie now.
Okay, let's go for it. Let's go for it. It's great. You can see some people is already participating on the challenge. So
Good.
it's gonna be a good battle. Looking forward to the results. So let's select the jumper lovers. And now question number 1. So that's pretty trivial, right? But
yeah.
we need to do some coding. So you tell me, my friend.
Welcome to React with an exclamation mark inside it.
Okay, so like what? Like that? Welcome. No? Why not?
No. Remove the quotes.
Why?
Because when you are inside the div tag, it's a JSX. It's no more JavaScript. So it context switches between JavaScript and HTML. Right now you are in the HTML mode. So that is supposed to be a normal string. It will be coming as a HTML string outside, but for JSX, it's going to be it's a HTML.
Yeah. No, that's great. That's great. This is HTML, so no need to quotes. And first of all, let's see if it works. And if it works, then
Chocolate shower.
Yeah, correct.
Thank you.
But will it work if I change that div with a label, for instance? What do you think?
It will work.
It will work. Why? Because the test is not opinionated, right?
We are just checking the whole component's text content, not exactly a div's text content. So even if you don't give a label, and if you give just welcome to React in double quotes or single quotes, even then it will work.
Ah, nice. So you are suggesting to just get rid of the HTML bit of the JSX bit, right? So, okay. So
can you try testing now with the label thing?
Yes, of course. Yeah. It works as suspected. So let's just
get rid of the
label. Yeah, here it goes.
Add a double quotes in front of it because now it is completely JavaScript.
Now it's completely JavaScript. Okay, that's very interesting. So let's add double quotes and let's see if it works.
It will.
You're right. You're absolutely right, Praveen. But there is always a but. Would you still use double quotes in this particular use case scenario?
I would. Definitely. Why not?
I think it's the first time I'm going to disagree with you today. I'm probably the last one.
Your opinions are always respected, but give me a reason.
Yeah, the reason is, again, the most important JavaScript and React coding style guides recommend to use single quotes when dealing with vanilla JavaScript. And technically speaking, that's not React, that's JavaScript. Yeah.
Yep.
So again, this is a very interesting topic. Of course, this is just opinions, but these style guides, particularly Airbnb one, they are quite opinionated in regards to using single quotes. So
got it. Yeah. So I've seen this ESLint RC of Airbnb. They use single quotes. They use a trailing comma. I hate it.
Yes.
I mean, that's my personal thing. At work, if they are asking me to work on double quotes or single quotes and use a trailing comma, I will work. No offense. No offense, because I have to be a team player. But when I'm doing my personal projects or when I'm teaching someone, I would say like, this is my opinion. Your opinion matters. At the same time, let's be in harmony.
That's interesting. So you don't like the trailing commas, for instance, when you declare an object with multiple properties. But then, okay, so that's a bit off topic, but we're just talking about coding, right? So let me present you an example. So imagine that we got a variable here called user, and then as part of user, I got first name. There's going to be Peter, last name, whatever, Smith, then age, whatever. Yep. So the thing is, that's your coding style. But the thing is, what happened? You know where I'm going, right? What happened is suddenly we decide that because of whatever reason we want to reorder the properties, right? So if I move,
okay.
I
guess I understand the thing, but okay, I'm still not convinced.
Okay, no, that's absolutely
but
fine.
what you said is completely acceptable and agreeable. There will be a lot of mistakes that could be, like rectified or solved when, like prevented when we are doing the last line comma. But think about this way: if there is only two variables, like two things, and they are on the same line, that looks ugly. That's the point I'm talking about. Let's say const num equal to 1, 2, comma. It's not filled. It's not finished.
Yeah, no, I get your point. Yeah, I remember in the 90s that Internet Explorer was the only browser that supported trailing commas. So you tried to add a trailing comma a long time ago, the browser
Crash.
They used to crash. They used to complain. Not anymore, of course, right? Because now it's part of the standard. But in the past, it wasn't part of the standard. However, on IE, it worked fine, right? It was one of the very few scenarios where IE was more flexible than its rivals. So, anyway.
Got it.
Before I feel too old, let's do something different. So let's do just the next question, and then we'll do a bit of intermediate. Oh, look at that. So display details of US presidents.
Nice.
So what we got here, Praveen? So we got a component called president that receives a couple of properties, right? First and last name.
Yes.
And then what? Well, we need to display a couple of details, right? So the details about the first name of the given president and some details regarding the last
name of the president. Yeah.
So you tell me.
Should I start coding in your computer? Gonna request you a remote control.
Oh, you can. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's interesting. Nice. Yeah, go for it.
So the first thing which I'm going to see
is.
Sorry,
I think I need to open. Not sure if this is going to be that easy because my system is actually blocking that. Yeah, let me see if I can quickly grant you access.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think I can do it. If you give me that could be interesting. Yeah, if you can give me just 20 seconds, I will sort it out. All right, it should work now. So perhaps you need to request control.
I'm gonna again give the request.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So if I say Praveen is awesome, so it works. So I'm not going to do that. So the first thing which I'm going to see is, you see that inside the president, this whole thing, I need to find a class with first name. All right. And then there is another class with last name. So I've got like two things equal. Like there is first name Bill and last name Clinton. So I really feel, I guess I would be using something like paragraph inside them. So I'll just go ahead with creating this way. So this might look interesting. So I'm going to create a paragraph and I hate this way because I used to use Emmet in VS Code, and when this is not there, it's kind of like, ooh. Whoa.
Sorry, let me. No worries. Let me bring it back. I think you changed the resolution.
I'm not doing anything. Don't worry.
No, yeah.
I'm not touching it.
Yeah. So just give me a second. I will bring it back. Yeah. So in theory, yeah.
In theory, no. In practical, it works.
Yeah,
so yeah.
Nice.
So.
Yeah.
So let's have first name and let's have last name.
Yep.
And then what I need is something like first name colon and my name and last name colon and their name. Oh, sorry, not my name, their name. So here, what I need to do is I need to get the props of first name and props dot last name. Okay, when will Kodiri start supporting multi-line selections? I would love to do that. Maybe if you give me a chance. So let's use a first name props and then let's copy and make ourselves more smart. And let's give last name props. And then now we have got something like this. So if I go ahead and do it, I'm going to get a chocolate shower. And there are multiple ways we can make this in a better way too. So I can just get rid of this props, convert it into first name, and convert this into last name.
Yep. Can you tell the audience what was the name of that pattern?
It is called as destructor methodology, destructing everything. Chocolate shower, please.
Yes.
There you go.
Nice. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. That's brilliant, Praveen. Will you have a very small suggestion or at least opinion about? I completely agree on everything. However, do we really need the parent div surrounding our paragraphs?
Surrounding our paragraphs,
Yeah,
the div, you mean?
Yeah.
I don't think I want them. So I will just remove only the div. So I'm just going to do this way. But yes, there needs to be one single thing that is supposed to work, because what happens is React return statement can return only one element, not multiple elements. So this way, in case if you are using something like Flexbox, where the children mode is sensitive, like for example, you need to have two elements coming out of it. In that cases, this is called as a React fragment, and fragments are mainly meant to not show any HTML content while it shows a React content, and it is mainly used for encapsulating multiple tags or multiple elements inside one thing. So there you go.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. Praveen, do you like tennis?
I've played table tennis in my country, which is called ping pong, and I've also used shuttle tennis, which is technically shuttlecock. I don't know how it is being called here. So yes, I like it. But looking at me, I don't think you will be saying me as a. I'm not an athletic person.
The reason why I ask is because you are the Rafa Nadal of coding. So, you know, when someone is playing against Rafa Nadal, he always returns the ball and the other player eventually just gives up, right? Because the ball always bounces back. So every time I ask you a question, it always comes back to me. So nice. That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
Thank you.
Last question. Before we move on to probably the last exercise on the intermediate level. Just out of curiosity, Praveen. So when you work with React, do you declare, when you create stateless components, do you clear function declarations like we're doing here, function precedent? So you create
with the arrow functions.
So, all right. So you deal with function expressions, right? So what you do here is you create a constant, and then you use
equal to and then equal to this. So since this is going to be like a simple thing that is returning the DOM, I'm going to skip the return part and leave it to do this. Now this way, boom, that works. Test it.
Yep. Yeah. It complains about indentation, right? But we can sort it out. Yeah.
That's it.
Brilliant. Yeah. Any reasons out of curiosity why you use function expressions instead of function declarations?
I don't want to use this keyword, and I don't want that to become a confusion like a lot of people are telling in the YouTube live comments. So if you are trying to use this, it needs to be a class component, not a functional component. So just let's get rid of this.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. That's an interesting theory. Cool. Praveen, we've got 15 minutes left. So let's do something a bit more complicated before I spoil the results.
I'm all in.
Look at how many people.
Go for the
look
hard.
at that. We got some senior developers here, so this is gonna be interesting.
Hey,
all right,
upper beginners.
Upper intermediates. Let's go to the headband lovers. Oh, sorry.
Okay, no worries.
Who cares? So I believe probably we'll get the time for one question, but let's try to nail it, to master it. So what we got here, by the first time today, we are going to talk about state handling, right? So we have two elements, an input text and a button. And
are we going to convert them into control components by any chance?
We'll see. We'll see which approach we follow, right? Let's try to get a common understanding. Yes. So So the problem here is we got two DOM elements, an input text and a button, and we want to simulate some sort of submission behavior where the user press the submit button, everything gets disabled because we want to avoid any sort of
double submissions.
Exactly. And then suddenly, half a second later, we should present the fields in editable mode and perhaps display a message like everything went well, whatever. Yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah, I mean, it's up to you, Praveen. If you want to take control, that's completely up to you.
Okay.
First question.
So let's go on.
So my first question for you will be, would you use as a stateful component using a class, or will you use hooks, or what would be your preferred approach and why?
I'm in mixed minds. So 60% I'll be using a state component and 40% I'll use a hook.
Out of curiosity, why you will use 60% state component?
I love state components because back in my old days when we were together doing it in the live arena with the pizzas, we were using only state components. There were no hooks, and the new hooks are a bit complicated. Even though they are high in performance, the complication kills it, right? I want to love coding. I want to love when I work. So I want to be happy.
That's an interesting theory. That's an interesting theory. I hope one day in the future we can run a session just to talk about all these complexities and how
yes,
to deal
on
with
my
it.
YouTube channel if you can.
Perfect.
With Duncan and Alex.
Exactly. Nice. All right. Yeah. I mean, that's completely up to you. I mean, if you want to use the class, all yours. So you take control, and yeah, let's just take it from there.
Okay. So the first thing is, let's read out the question. So the first thing is disable all the input until the process finished in exactly half a second. So we need to have some kind of a flag, and this flag needs to be adjustable. Unlike in DOM, we need to do something on the React, which takes care of all the component states. So let's go with a state. So we can have something like disabled is false. And now we need to find an input type email. And we need to also find an input type button. So let's head on to the render. And then let's start with something like return, where we will start with a simple fragment because we'll be returning multiple elements. And inside the fragment, we will start with an input. We don't care about the layout now, right?
No.
So we will start with an input type email. And let's have an input type, or let's have a button. Submit and disable. We haven't got anything that says what is inside the submit function. So now the thing is, both the email and button will have the disabled option in the same synchronous way. So I'm going to take const disabled. Again, I'm using a destructor function here from this dot state. See, we are using a class component. So this is there.
Yep.
And I'm using the same disabled variable, which I just constantiated. And I'm using it. When you start, it's going to show disabled as false. So both will be enabled. And the moment we click on this, something needs to happen. So these two things need to be disabled. So let me try to handle button click where there is an event that might happen. And I want to prevent the default event. So e.prevent default. Once I do this, I want to set the state.
Can you, sorry for the interruption. Can you explain why you are doing e.prevent default?
So sometimes what happens is when you add a button, whether it is a submit button or whether it a normal button, sometimes it might reload the page when it clicks. So I don't want that to happen really. So that's the reason I want to prevent the default event.
Yep.
And the next thing is I don't want to mutate the state directly, which will not re-render. So when the state changes, it needs to re-render the whole thing. So for that, I use this method, this.setState, and here I'm setting the disabled as true. And this one is an asynchronous function. So I'm sending out another callback function that needs to execute once this is done. So I'm going to send a set timeout where I need to use half a second. So inside this, I'm doing something for half a second, and then I'm going to reset the state to enabled. So it's going to be false. So in this split second, it is going to disable itself and it's going to enable itself. This is what this particular function does. And that's exactly what is given here. So you get the shallow mode of the reset password component. We are getting the email input, which is the input type email. We are getting the submit button, which is the button. We are getting the checking the submit buttons prop disabled to be false, which is false. And then the email inputs button prop to off disabled is false, again false. And then once this submit button is clicked, immediately this becomes true. So these two things will be re-rendered with true. And then after 500 milliseconds, which I have given here, they both become false. Now where's my chocolate shower? And it doesn't work.
Almost. Yeah. So yeah, I agree on the approach. I think that one of the problems that perhaps we may have here is with the transpilation. I may be wrong, but I don't think this way of declaring class properties is supported. I don't think so. So again, that may be a red herring. The problem may be somewhere else, but just in case, let's just create a classic
I
constructor.
hate using a constructor.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Enough. Let's do it. Yes, for now.
This
right?
dot state. Super.
Yeah, correct. And then let's initialize the state in sub. Sorry. Something else may be failing, and I got another theory if that's the case. But
we could have done it again. Maybe it might have worked, but let's try it.
Yeah, exactly. Let's try it. And yeah, it's still not working. So my second theory, and I think that's actually the problem. This is a particularity of the way we test components. Look, we are waiting half a second, before we expect the disabled state to be false.
So
however,
let's try doing something like 200 milliseconds.
And
test it out.
Yeah. So, all right. So,
wow.
Yeah, still loading. It's taking a while. It's still processing. But yeah, that's actually my theory, that because you are creating the asynchronous chain, we are technically speaking taking more than half a second.
Half a second, exactly. That's the reason I halved the time.
Yep.
So
it's weird. It didn't work this time. Maybe timeout. Let me do something. Let me refresh the page just in case something's happened. Unfortunately, I've copied everything, so don't worry.
still there.
Yeah, still there. So let's try again. All right, interesting.
Show raw results.
Yeah,
it's going to show that object thing, right?
I think it says expected false to equal true. So
it should be the last one. Yeah, expected false to equal true.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah, it is the second one, the simulation of the
one. Yeah.
So maybe we should add a clock.tick just before that, because set state is asynchronous. Asynchronous thing needs to be waited. So maybe give a 100 millisecond.
No. Wait a minute. Give me a second. No. I think the problem. No. I think the problem is somewhere else, and I think we're doing something absolutely stupid here. I'm afraid.
All right,
Praveen, who is calling handle button click?
God, seriously. I'm gonna reset this one now.
But I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that just in case, because well, that's up to you. I'm not convinced whether that will work or not. But anyway.
No, again, yes. I'm gonna say 500.
Okay.
I'm gonna give my
all
stuff.
In.
Yeah.
You got 3 minutes left, Praveen, so no pressure at all.
Okay. Let's try it out again.
All right. So now this is throwing a. I think now this is because of what. No,
wait. I guess I messed something up.
Yeah, that's a syntax error.
Yeah.
That's a syntax error.
Where do
cannot
you say?
Read property. You see the error. Cannot read property. Prevent default of undefined. So because that's a synthetic test, try to comment or try to get rid of the. Yeah, yes. Let's just ignore that for now. 2 minutes, Praveen. 2 minutes. We can do it.
Platform failed.
Yeah, it's taking a while. It happens. Oh, look, it works. Nice. 1 minute and 50 seconds left. So, all right, let me zoom it out a bit, just for readability purposes. And then what I would like to do is let's do a bit of cleanup, if you don't mind. So, for instance,
I love doing that way. Yes, please.
Yeah. So 1 attribute per line, right? I think it becomes a bit more readable. Something interesting you did here is you use the arrow class function.
Yep.
So you did that to avoid issues with lexical dis, right?
Yeah, because I need to do a constructor and I need to bind it with this. So I don't want to do it because I'm a lazy person, or maybe a smart worker.
Nice. That's great. And yeah, we can see that the way you initialize the state is supported, which is fantastic. So we don't use the constructor that you said that you don't like. And yeah, I don't know. Anything else, Praveen, regarding this exercise?
What else should I say? Never use timeouts in your code until it is something required. So make sure you don't.
So what can you give us an example of when using a set timeout will be acceptable?
Like in this thing, after 500 milliseconds, do it. So this is a perfect good example of using set timeout. But don't use set timeout like to wait till the Ajax call is over or something else needs to happen. So that is not a good way. And again, set timeout is good when you're using some kind of a counter or something like a counter. That time it works.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. And the last question from me is: I've seen that you've actually break the set state changes into new lines. So do you have any preference regarding breaking it down that way or putting in one line? Do you have any opinion regarding
Nothing.
this?
I don't have any particular opinion on that.
Okay.
If there is only one, I would love to use the same thing as a single line. If it is more than one, I kind of tend to use in the double line, multi-line.
So it's a bit more readable, right? When you got
Yeah.
multiple. Okay, interesting. All right.
And again, in that same line, you have an error that says a line has a length of 92.
No, but I think
maximum.
that's legacy. I think that's legacy, Praveen. That's because of the last time we evaluated. You see, now it's all sorted.
There you
Cool.
go.
I think that's pretty much it. So thank you very much again for
One
participating.
last thing which I would do is I'll just make this one go this way. That's it. Nothing else.
Brilliant. So so now we can see how the tags are aligned. Perfect. That's beautiful. That's super sexy, Praveen.
Thank you.
All right. So
well done, guys. Well done. That was very, very good. How did you find it, Praveen? Did you think Ricardo tested you a bit too much, or maybe the other way around?
I was making Ricardo feel, why did he give these questions to me?
No, you did very well. You did very well. So well done. Very entertaining stuff. So well done. So I think, obviously we mentioned at the start of it, we'll be doing a raffle at the end of it. We did need a minimum amount of donations in order to make that work. So as I mentioned, there's going to be 3 nights of these kind of events. So tonight is React, tomorrow is UX, and then Thursday night we've got a product ownership and product management event as well. So we're going to be we didn't get enough donations tonight, so we're going to be rolling that over onto tomorrow night. So if you do want to be involved in the donations and getting raising a bit of money and potentially winning some prizes through the raffle, then just tune into those events tomorrow night as well. But I believe we can have a look for the people that have been completing the challenge on the Kodiri platform. And for the top 3 prizes, for the top 3 places, we'll be giving away a special prize. So I can run through what those prizes are now, if you like, first build up the suspension a little bit. But we have, so in 3rd place, so if we determine who's coming in 3rd, they're going to win a personal branding workshop. So that's going to be with myself. You can donate that to someone else if you're not interested and you don't want to do it, but you know someone who might be actively looking for work or anything like that. Feel free just to give that to a friend who might be able to benefit from it. Give it away as a Secret Santa present, who knows? And you can basically just go through like your LinkedIn, your Twitter, make sure that everything's up to date, and then learn how to market yourself a bit more, whether that's for a new job or whether that's just in general, the types of things that you can do. It might even be getting access to being a guest speaker, just like you two guys, and getting your own personal profile out there a little bit more. So that's in 3rd place. Second prize and the first prize are actually physical things, so we'll post them out to you. So the second prize is a Simply Business water bottle. So they've got these really cool like water coolers that they've donated for us, so we'll be able to send one of those out to you. And third prize is a swag pack from Metadata. So our good friend of the community, Magda, she works at Metadata, and they've donated some of these packs, which has lots of really cool stuff on there. So it's got like a laptop bag, it's got all of this kind of kit that you can basically kit out your entire desk, whether it's at home or maybe one day we'll be back in the office, who knows. But there's all sorts of really cool stuff on there as well. So some 3 really good prizes. But yeah, do we have capability to look and see who those lucky people are?
Definitely. Let's have a look. So we got, let's obviously focus on React because that was the main focus of the day. So I will present first of all the results on lower beginner, then upper beginner, and then upper intermediate. By the way, now the challenge is over. However, if you struggle with any of the questions, or even if you found a way to get confetti time and chocolate, as Praveen said, but you aren't sure whether you follow the best approach or not, you can go back, you can revisit the challenge and compare your approach against other players, which is a very good way to improve your technique. Yeah? So I'll show you what are we gonna do right now. So if you give me a second, I will refresh the results for the 3 different challenges, Actually, are the challenges still running? Because they are still, sorry, maybe, oh, it says expiry time in 4 minutes. Oh, sorry.
4 minutes still to go. There you go.
There's still 4 minutes to go. Sorry, I thought it was later. Sorry, that's my fault.
That's all right. No worries.
That's my fault. That's my fault. That's. I feel a bit stupid right now
quickly finished everything.
Yeah, sorry guys, you got 4 minutes left, so feel free.
Run through as things stand. What the who needs to kind of push just that little bit harder? Who's in with the shout? Or you can't tell that right now.
Well, yeah, you can.
Or just talk us through what we're looking at here, if that's okay.
Yeah, exactly. Of course. So what we'll see in a minute, and again, we'll probably get more results as soon as we expire the challenges. But this is the way we are gonna evaluate your performance. So each player is represented by a color.
So who is this blue color person who is very much ideal?
Who is that blue color person? What is the blue color?
You mean the orange color?
The orange is I guess that is the ideal person, 100%. But there is the one who is just next to the orange, the blue color. Sorry, I'm colorblind, so I don't know what exactly the color is. So
I
not the ideal thing for you to have a look at then, Praveen.
No, I don't think there is any blue color here, Praveen. There is.
What is this color then? Please tell me the second color.
So
the pink color.
The pink one. That's inner. That's inside of the orange, pretty much, right? So yeah. So each player is represented by a color. So you don't know if you're blue, red, or yellow, but you are a color. Okay. And the thing is, the bigger your pentagon is, the better the result is, right? So here we're giving you a score between 0 and 100.
Okay.
Based on 5 different metrics. Let's go through them because I think we got 3 minutes. First of all, we got tenacity. That means how many questions you've completed out of 5.
Correctly.
Correctly, exactly. So people getting all the points here means that they went through all the questions and they managed to get a solution for all of them, which is fantastic. Accuracy. You see, here is where people start struggling a bit. Accuracy means how many times you submitted and you fail. Yeah. So if every time you press the test button and you got confetti or chocolate, that means 100% in accuracy. If not, then you got a bit of penalty, right? Speed, that proves
how resilient you are.
Exactly. How fast or how slow you are dealing with these questions. Focus, that's quite important. That means how many times you went to Google or to Stack Overflow or anywhere else to get some help. And last but not least, and we'll see especially in the upper beginner and of course upper intermediate levels that people get penalized quite a lot here. Elegance means how standard your code is according to our linting guidelines. If you notice today, Praveen and myself, we got a few warnings about indentation, about semicolons. Yeah. So that's what we call the elegance. So apart from the results of the challenge, because I think we got a couple of minutes, you are obviously more than welcome to participate. You are more than welcome to collaborate with us. We are not making any business. We are always looking for collaborators. If you're a technical person, someone, a senior developer like Praveen, and you want to help us by adding new challenges, new questions to the backlog, you're more than welcome. If you don't have any technical expertise, that's fine. We are now translating Kodiri to 18 languages. So any help,
Tamil.
Perfect. We'll have a chat later on about that. So yeah, any kind of support, obviously spreading the word, all these things are appreciated. If you like the statistics and you're a competitive developer, so you'll find things like the leaderboards, where you'll see who is the best developer of the day, best developer of the week. You can filter developers by language, all the sort of things. And finally, you got the Hall of Fame, where you got plenty of metrics about top winners, best countries, many different things, right? So we can see in which countries have the best developers over a particular period of time. So yeah, I mean, many statistics. And of course, if you find any typos or you have any suggestions, you got this tiny message feedback box on the top right corner. So just drop a message and we'll be more than happy to. We'd love to hear to your thoughts about the platform. All right, it's 10 past, so cool. I think it's time to send the results. Let me confirm that now it's over. Yeah, now it is definitely over. All right, now it's definitely over. So we've seen quite a lot of people participating. So I'm gonna refresh the results just to make sure I got all the data. So this is gonna be the upper beginner. So just give me a second. Upper beginner. Yeah, we'll be ready shortly. And then I'm missing one level. So I think I'm missing lower beginner. I forgot to click in one of them, in one of these. So let me try here. Yeah, that's correct. So I think this is lower beginner. So sorry about that, guys. So lower beginner, as I said before, obviously we can see many really good scores. Rather than going through the individual results, first of all, I would like to see the team results. Yeah. So to join the challenge, you have selected a team, depending on whether you prefer jumpers or headbands. So let's check what's the average score
Jumpers.
of each team. All right, so check ranks, and then yeah, so team results. So what we got here, that's interesting. So you can see we got 4 Christmas jumper lovers on the left-hand side of the screen and 1 headband lover on the right. So what's the median score of the Christmas jumpers lovers team? And also you'll see in a moment at the bottom of my screen, you'll see the rank of the top players of each team. So that will give you the idea about who finished first, who finished second, and who finished third regarding the prices that Duncan has been talking about a few minutes ago. So look at that, 88 points. So that's a really good performance. And you can see that the top player here was Babik. And then we got other players, right, playing at a really good level. So now the question is, will our friend on the right-hand side get a higher or lower score? What do you think, Praveen?
I believe she would be top.
Top? Okay.
Top
okay.
3.
Top 3, okay. Let's have a look.
Let's try.
Let's have a look. Look at that. Oh, look at that. 91 points.
Top
You're
1.
Right. Top,
woohoo!
Yeah, top 1.
You won it.
But look, so that person helped the team to win this battle. But if we pay attention to the individual results, not sure how you managed to know that, Praveen, but that person finished third because look, Babik,
right,
98 points first.
Got it.
Salamuel, 94 points, and then we got 91 points. So
perfect.
that's the
so
podium.
She's got the third one, yes.
Exactly, she's got the third one, right?
And definitely she would love the personal branding thing, I believe. So
nice.
Woohoo!
Nice, brilliant.
Congratulations, Priyadarshini.
Exactly, congratulations.
Good to see that. Proud to see that you're my friend. Hey. High five.
High five, exactly. Nice. That was lower beginner, guys. Let's jump straight to upper beginner. You see, eventually people start struggling a bit more. Look at the person in blue color in the middle, struggling with a couple of questions.
Yeah.
So let's have a look to the team results. Oh, look at that. What's wrong with the headbands, guys? Everyone is playing the jumpers team, right?
Everyone loves jumpers.
Exactly. So we got a white flag straight away by So now let's see who is the winner. We got very famous players on the left-hand side, right? Some historical players. So many of you know these guys here. But let's see side by side who managed to win this battle. Look at that, 95 points. Oh, look at that. So Babik won this battle again. Second place for Elena, and then Giacomo finishing third, right? So
nice.
Yeah, that's the podium. I'm sure, Duncan, you'll see how to deal with the prizes because I think Babik won twice in a row. So yeah, that's something that we obviously need to deal with. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's all right. That's all right. Cool. All right. So that was the upper beginner.
Cool.
Now, finally, look at that. That's going to be quick, I believe. Yeah. So this is upper intermediate. So it looks like, oh, look.
Wow. What's this yellow thing?
Who is the winner here? That's tough. Let's spend 30 seconds trying to analyze the situation. So there is one person. The person playing in yellow or lime, I don't know what color is that, look at the tenacity. So that person solved 4 out of 5 questions, more than anybody else.
Okay.
However, look at the elegance. Score 0.
What is elegance again?
Elegance is linting.
Semicolon. So they just made a mess out of the code.
Exactly. The code, I believe, is going to be a bit messy according to our standards. Maybe for that person, you know, maybe the person
is a computer robot.
Well, maybe, perhaps. The thing is, even if you don't fully agree with our coding standards, these are public. And when you test a solution, you get at the bottom right corner of your screen, you get a list of what we believe should be addressed. Yeah? But anyway, I'm not sure. I don't know what you think, Praveen, but I'm not sure if that person won the challenge or not, because he's lost so many points on the elegance. Yeah. Interesting. I mean, let's figure out, right? Let's just figure out and see who got the jackpot. But it was definitely a tough battle here. All right. So team results. At least 2 players on the left and 1 player on the right. So this is gonna be interesting. I believe Elena is not the person who struggled with elegance, because I know she writes very clean code all the time.
Everyone has been anonymous, unfortunately.
Exactly. All right. So left-hand side, Jappers lovers, 45 points. Not too bad. And look how close that was. That was a good team effort. 47 and 43 points. Another question is, what happened with our robot friend on the right-hand side? Let's have a look. Oh, look at that. 56. He's the person with the elegance
of 0.
Of 0. Exactly.
But that person has got the best score, unfortunately.
Has got the best, not unfortunately. So the reason why that person got the highest score is because he or she solved 4 questions. So, you know, that definitely has helped. So probably that person has rushed a bit, so managed to get more time to deal with more questions, ignoring the individual scoring on each of them.
Right.
Again, you can now check if you click on the compare code, so you can go one by one, and then you can see who is right, who is wrong, and that's great because, for instance, question number 1, Praveen, so you've suggested using a class. For instance, that player is using hooks, so it's good to compare different coding styles, different approaches towards solving the same problem. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. Alex, I'm not sure if Duncan is ready or you want me to.
Let's do another coding challenge.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we can definitely do something else. Yeah. So yeah, that's something that we can definitely check. I think I need to zoom it out a bit because otherwise it's a bit unreadable. But I will zoom it in a second. So yeah, I mean, here the first thing that comes to my mind immediately is semicolons. Yeah, I understand that semicolons are unnecessary today.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you have any thoughts about that, Praveen? Semicolons?
I love to have semicolons in the right place, irrespective of the automatic semicolon insertion. That's my thought, personal thing.
Yeah, I mostly agree on that. You know, that historically speaking, until 2015, semicolons were mandatory, and now they are optional.
Oh, wow.
But I got 2 reasons why I defend using semicolons. Let me show you. And of course, Alex, feel free to interrupt me at any time if we got Duncan. No worries at all. All right, so let me zoom my screen a bit. The exercise is not relevant at all. I just want to use a kind of.
Shall we do one upper advanced?
You want to do one upper advanced with React?
Yeah, let's do.
The thing is, I'm sure we're going to run out of time because maybe we got 3 or 4 minutes, so we're going to leave it.
I just wanted to see the question at least. We'll time box it to the 1 or 3 minutes. It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you don't want to know my theory about why I like to use semicolons.
Yeah.
Fine,
hit me with the upper advanced thing.
Okay. So let's go playground, and then React, and then upper advanced, and then forms perhaps, because that's probably a bit easier to understand. So yeah, let me zoom.
The same thing.
It's the same thing.
No. It is control components.
No. I mean, not the same thing, but it's the same idea.
Yeah.
Control components. So what we got here is we got few input fields, email, password, submit, and then we want to enable the submit button if both email and the password fields are filled, and also we got some rules like the email needs to be valid and the password needs to be at least 4 characters and all these sort of things. Yeah. So
what?
What's up?
I don't think we can finish it within 5 minutes. No way.
So Praveen is again using a class. At a personal level, I have to say that I probably never use classes anymore.
Got it. Even I
get the point. The thing is, let's just who gets to try something different. I think, hooks gets a bit complicated when the component gets complicated, but then the question is why the component gets complicated, right? If your component grows enough, it's probably time to refactor it, to split it into smaller chunks. Yeah. So can you just let us know what steps are you following right now, Praveen?
So I'm just going to start with email, set email, and then do the same thing for everything. So this is going to be password, and it's going to be password again. That's it. I thought there were 4. Okay, great.
Perhaps. Yeah.
And we obviously need flags. So let's have disabled. Set disabled. Start with false. And we don't have anything else.
Well, wait a minute. Why you start with false? That means that by default we're going to be able to log in without any credentials.
Oh, wait. Submit button, is it? Okay. True.
Yeah, so by default we cannot submit anything, right? We need first of all to interact, and then we'll see.
Perfect. So submit button, expecting the submit to be equal to true, which is good, and set value of input as David, and the prop of submit button still equal to true. Good. Okay. Value of email David at Hazelcorp equal to true. Email is valid, but no password is set. Then submit button is disabled. Great. Email is not valid, then the submit button is disabled. Nice. Email is valid, but password is less than 4 characters. Okay, there are validations. Right. So let's try to return something. Let's start fixing up the stuff. So what do we have here? We do have input type email, input type password, input type submit. Okay, so input type email, password, type submit, right. So now the only thing is the values. So the values and on change functions, right? So on change, handle change, and I'm gonna give name as email, and the same thing for this as well. Password. So I know this is the worst way of doing things. So let me go ahead with the best way of doing things. Since we are running out of time, I'm doing two things. Else I would have been doing only once. So
So you are updating the function state whenever we type on either the email or the password.
yeah. Yeah.
Do we need the name attribute associated to its input?
We don't need it now. I was expecting to use one single function so that we might have Ricardo, your mission stopped. Oh, right. Whoops. So Ricardo is completely gone from our entire world of Zoom. Oh, now who's the host? Okay, cool. Hang tight, people. Ricardo is on his way. Awesome.
Hey, sorry,
Hey,
guys. Something
welcome
happened.
back.
Thank you very much. Something happened. Don't ask me what. Let me let me share the screen again. Hopefully nothing has been lost, so you can continue with your progress. Not sure if you can still control my laptop. Praveen?
Yeah, 1 second. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, all yours.
So we've got these two things. I'm going to send this value to here so that it makes a controlled component. Ah, that's easy. Handle password, set password. Cool. Now, oh, this is the reason I need to use a Windows keyboard. I'm using a Windows keyboard. I'm happy. So what we need to do is, I don't need this thing, but instead, so I need to do a couple of changes, couple of checks here. So the first thing is, I need to find if the password dot length is less than 3, less than 4.
Yep.
Then it is disabled. Or we don't have any lengths for the email, but there is a email input that's supposed to match something. I'm just going to quickly search for JavaScript email validator. So
let me help you. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Go on.
No, yeah. There is something. Let me do a break here. So before you copy and paste it, the regular expression, I used to present literally this view a lot to my students as an example of why we shouldn't copy and paste code from the internet. Because to me, this is one of the most important controversial articles about JavaScript. So look, if you come here, the first thing you'll do is you'll copy and paste that, and so you're going to do that. But then if you are using this code in production, maybe 6 months later, you will realize that your algorithm is blocking valid. No, it's not about efficiency. It's about validity. So
yeah. Praveen.science is my domain and it doesn't validate my domain, right?
Yeah, yeah. Look. This regular expression eliminates valid in-use emails. Do not use according to Google, RFC, whatever. And if you scroll down, someone suggested the actual regular expression that satisfies every single use case scenario, which is obviously something horrible, right? But yeah. Anyway, so you wanted to get the, I guess, the whatever. Yeah, yes, you got it on the clipboard.
No, I just need to do only one thing. I need to validate only an at and a dot symbol in it. I don't need to do anything else. That's what exactly I'm looking for. The simplest regex.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is what I was trying to do.
Okay.
So I just need to do dot test on
I think
this.
It's the other.
So that's me.
The one,
and
the right.
I am.
The last one. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Or dot test email. And technically, if this is true, I need to jumble it. So, or when password is valid but no email, then submit as disabled. So obviously email.length. Oh, you messed it up.
Sorry.
Email.trim.length should be greater than, say, 0. Actually, if you have the email to have something, it needs to at least be 3 characters length or 5 characters in length. So let's do that. And then moreover, this thing, I need to trim it as well. Boom. Okay. So I guess this should actually work.
Can we clean up the expression? Can we, for instance, add every expression in a new line, for example?
Yeah, we can do that.
For readability purposes.
Okay. So disabled equal to is disabled. I believe we are done. What do you think? You think we are done?
That looks good to me. Let me check all the conditions. Email, you're checking the email. Email password not valid. Email, yeah. That looks good to me.
Okay, let's test it.
Oh. Expected true to be false.
Where?
I think it's at the very bottom. So yeah, so it looks like we are never enabling the. I think the condition is wrong. I think the condition, look at the greater than 5, should be less than, not that one, should be less than 5, right?
Oh. If it takes longer, then obviously we will be getting a good result.
Look at that.
See, I told you.
Nice. How can we get rid of the warnings just to avoid any elegance penalties?
Yes, sure. 23, line number 23, 2. Where is line number 23?
That's clearly the password one, the longest line. That one. You see, it goes beyond the
No.
ruler.
Okay, I can just do this one. That's not a problem. But what is the semicolon missing error? I don't think I have missed any semicolons in my life. Where could it have been missed? Any idea?
Say the strings. Can you scroll down, please?
Const semicolon is disabled. Everything
that's correct. That's correct.
Everywhere semicolons are there.
No. That's genuine. There is a missing semicolon because you are declaring the function as a function expression. You need a semicolon at the end after.
No, I'm adding all the semicolons are there.
No, wait, Praveen. No, they are not there at all. Listen, please.
Oh, sorry.
I'm trying to explain. Look,
okay.
Line number 1. You declare the component as a function expression, right? As a constant. So you need to put a semicolon at the end.
I didn't see that.
Nice.
Boom.
Perfect.
No elegance issues.
No elegance issues. Yeah.
Cool.
That's great. I know that was fantastic. Thank you very much. I like it. It's readable, clean. It's not that complicated. When you break it down in the way you did it, it's quite readable indeed. Yeah.
Sure.
Alex, do you have any updates? Yeah, of course I can. Yes. So you want to get the 3 winners, right? Essentially. Yeah. So let me start from the lower beginner. What is lower beginner? Here. I need to check the results again. Actually, if I scroll down. So first of all, in lower beginner, we got Babik as the winner. In the upper beginner level, we got Babik again. So perhaps, I don't know, maybe you can offer the prize to the second. That's not my business, thankfully. And finally, in wait a minute, is this no, sorry, I'm missing something. I don't think this is upper intermediate. Let me go back to the challenge list. So just to double confirm, and I will select upper intermediate, and I will show you the results in a second. So check ranks. The thing is, the winner in upper intermediate is an anonymous player. We don't know who that person is, so we cannot contact that person, right? But that's the thing.
I'll claim the prize.
Yeah. Or you get the top 2, which obviously someone that we know, who is Elena. So yeah, that's obviously again up to you, right?
Yeah. Alex, can I add my link or on the chat? Yeah. Hey folks, don't forget to subscribe to my channel as well as give a connection request to me. Let's meet. Let's talk. No contact with Duncan yet? Awesome. We both can support you if you need a hand.
Okay, hey guys, I'm here now. Hopefully everybody can hear me okay on the live stream. I'm just tuning in, just filling in for Duncan as he's not here at the current moment in time. So we had Bavik, and who was one of the other players, Ricardo?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
We had Bavik and one of the other players, wasn't it, Ricardo?
We have Bavik on the lower beginner, and then on the upper beginner, we got Bavik and Salamuel.
Cool. Okay, well done. All right, guys, that's perfect. I think I've left my LinkedIn in the comments, so if you guys are happy to just contact me on LinkedIn, including the no-named guest player. See how that one goes. We'll sort out the prizes for you, and we'll send you some cool stuff. We've got some cool swag, and we'll send over a few bits. Bavik, I think we can send you some bonus stuff as well, because you won twice technically. But I would say the main thing is also tomorrow, maybe not relevant for everybody here tonight, but if you're interested in learning, we're doing a special UX event tomorrow, again with Ricardo, and we'll also have a presentation on that as well tomorrow. So that'll be really good. And we'll also be holding the raffle then as well. So if you just want to if you're interested in just winning some prizes, and you want to sign up to the Eventbrite page, which you can find all the information to on the Pusher YouTube channel. There'll be a link there for the actual live stream tomorrow. And you can get more information about that. If you want to sign up via the Eventbrite page, we've got some really, really cool prizes there that you could be in for a chance of winning. And of course, we'll have more prizes as well for the winners of the event tomorrow, as well as a really, really cool presentation as well from somebody who's spoken before, actually, a really, really good presentation. His name is Matteo, so that'll be good. We'll also be doing another Netflix screening. Yeah, big wow, his name is Matteo, yeah. But it will be good. It's going to be a good event. And then we also have two more talks on Thursday night with another on data and agile. Cool. So highly recommend people joining us for that too. So I think now we're going to be wrapping up the event. I'll be looking out for contact details there. Guys, if you're having any trouble like getting me on LinkedIn or anything, speaking to the winners, please just let me know in the comments. I'll be here for a little while. And I think we're going to roll over to playing the Netflix movie if everybody's interested in joining in on that. I don't know if anyone's seen Christmas Chronicles. The first one was pretty good. I think sequels, sometimes they're better than the first, sometimes they're not, who knows. But if it's got Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell in, I'm interested, so why not? And yeah, it'll be good to have some people joining us on that. So hope to see you there. And I guess that's it from us. Thank you very much, and we'll see you over on the Netflix tally party very soon. Okay, cheerio. Oh, and also, just an enormous thank you to Ricardo and Praveen for a brilliant evening. They've done a really, really good job of hosting, actually, and Ricardo's been getting involved a lot with the meetups we've been doing recently. I think his entire schedule has been just filled with meetups recently, and they've all been really, really interesting, engaging events. So we really appreciate them giving up the time and getting involved. And it's been really, really good having you here tonight as well, Praveen.
Thank you.
Contributing. It's good. I think it's great to see, Ricardo working with somebody else, problem solving. It seems to be a really, really cool thing. So hopefully we'll do more of that in future, and maybe we can get some more guest speakers involved and find some new ways to kind of actually present this. I think it's a really, really good thing. Okay, cool. So see you all shortly on the Netflix teleparty, and thank you very much. Cheerio.
You all.